Yo, what's going on, guys? It is Insanity here, and welcome to today's video. And in today's video, we're going to be doing a tier list on all of the Borderlands Vault Hunters in the complete series. I'm not going to include the DLC Vault Hunters just because I don't really have much experience with them. But honestly, I think this is going to make it for a pretty fun video, and I don't know. Just let me know what your opinions are. Obviously, my opinions are going to be different from yours. This is solely based off of what I feel. So yeah, just before this video starts, if you guys do go ahead and enjoy, please leave a like, as it also does help this channel grow. And also, please subscribe if you are new. I do Borderlands content like this almost every single day, so please consider subscribing. So anyways, without further ado, we're just going to hop into the first Vault Hunter. We're going to be going in chronological order. So we're going to be going from Borderlands 1 all the way into Borderlands 3. So first off, we have Brick. Brick is probably one of the worst Vault Hunters out there, honestly, in my opinion. Just because of his Berserker mode, it could be a lot better, actually, than it actually is in the game. You go down with it, you keep it out, you don't even, take out a gun to even get your second chance or anything. It's just, I don't know. I don't think he's a very good Vault Hunter. Everyone else from that game outshines him by a lot. And I'm going to have to put him in F tier. In my opinion, he doesn't live up to the standards of the other Vault Hunters in the game. So yeah. Next up, we have Lilith. And Lilith is she's like an okay Vault Hunter for the game. She's decent, yeah. Her phase walk can get you out of pretty sticky situations. And I don't know. It's just, I don't know. She's okay. She's not the best. She's not the worst. But I'm going to have to put her in C tier. She's pretty average compared to all the other Vault Hunters in all the other games. So moving on to the next one is my favorite Vault Hunter of all of them, period. And that is Mordecai. Mordecai, with Bloodwing, can really, outshine a lot of the Vault Hunters on this list just because of, Bloodwing's very, very powerful. She can fly around, just, dive attacking anything, doing crazy damage the more you go down your skill tree. And I don't know, Bloodwing is just a very, very good companion to have in the games. And I'm going to have to put Mordecai on, honestly, I think I might have to put him on A tier just because of how good Bloodwing is. Next up, we have Roland. Roland is okay. He's not the best, but the worst compared to every other Vault Hunter. But he is, his turret can keep him alive. And it does heal him, and it does, I don't know, he can stay alive in very sticky situations, just like Lilith can get out of sticky situations. And also, just like Lilith, I don't know, he's going to have to go in C tier because he is average compared to other Vault Hunters. Not the best, not the worst when it comes to what he does, but yeah. So those are all the Vault Hunters from Borderlands 1. And now we're going to go, obviously, I just said we're going to go in chronological order. So next up will be the pre-sequel. And first up, we have Athena. Athena is able to throw her shield and kind of like bounce off like Captain America's kind of style. It's actually very cool. And she does have a really cool character arc behind her. And it's just, she is a very, very cool Vault Hunter. She's my personal favorite from the pre-sequel. And, as for her, honestly, she's tough to say. I would put her A tier just because of how much I like her. But she's going to have to go B tier just because, again, there are so many other Vault Hunters on this list that, I don't know, she doesn't compare to, but she is pretty good. She's a pretty good choice. So moving on to the next one from Borderlands the pre-sequel, we got Claptrap or Frag Trap. And he is probably the worst out of the four. But he can be pretty, decent if you get a good RNG roll. But just because he's all based off of RNG, I'm going to have to put him on F tier just because he's based off of RNG. I'm actually going to bump him up to E just because his abilities are more useful than Brick's Berserker mode. But it's still heavily based off of RNG. And yeah, I don't really, want to be in combat and, just start bouncing with a floaty on. I don't want that to happen. So next up, we have Nisha. Nisha is actually, in my opinion, the best in Borderlands the pre-sequel. She is very overpowered with her pistol ability, being able to dual wield pistols at I forget what tree it was, but being able to dual wield pistols and getting the auto aim, she can be very powerful with a very good legendary pistol in her hand. And just because she can one shot literally anything, she's going S tier. She's going to be the first S tier of the day. And honestly, she has carried so many runs that I played with my brother. It's insane. So yeah. And last but not least, we have Wilhelm. Wilhelm obviously gets his drone, and I have not really played a lot of Wilhelm, but honestly, he can't be worse than Claptrap, right? I actually played Wilhelm one time, and that was for like 10 minutes. So I'm going to have to put him D tier just because I have no experience with him. But he can't be worse than Claptrap, right? And then that's what we got for the pre-sequel. Now, for the pre-sequel, guys, this is Borderlands 1. This is the tier list for Borderlands 1. And then this is the tier list for the pre-sequel. So this is them together. So moving on to the next game in chronological order, which is Borderlands 2. So moving on to Borderlands 2, the first one we got is Axton. And Axton is a pretty much better Roland, in my opinion. Roland, his turret does actually heal him, and I'm unsure if Axton's does, but honestly, the slag turret is just insane. It can really come in, very useful situations in Ultimate Vault Hunter mode. And just because of how good the slag is in Borderlands 2, I'm gonna have to put him on B tier. I'm gonna have to put him on B tier, to be honest, because the other three in this game are absolutely insane. So moving on to the next Vault Hunter, we have Maya. Maya is a siren just like Lilith. And Maya actually is able to phase grasp people, just like you are able to do with Amara in Borderlands 3. She's able to phase grasp people and phase lock them into place, and it is very powerful. It could be very powerful if you're playing co-op with your friends and someone's got an Axton turret just gunning down everyone, or Zero, or Salvador especially. It's just, Maya's a very good support character, but she can also hold her own, and just because of that, I'm gonna have to put her in A tier just because of how good she was, and compared to Lilith as well. She's a better siren than Lilith, 100%. And then moving on to the next one, we have Zero, which is honestly probably everybody's favorite Vault Hunter, just because of the way he looks and the way he acts. Zero has his ability where he can pretty much just go invisible, but that really isn't what makes him so good. What makes him so good is his bore ability, which literally is penetrating shots through a million enemies. It's absolutely insane. It gets more powerful the more enemies he goes through, allowing you to shot bosses like Hyperius and Bunker. And just because of how powerfully and how broken he was, he's gonna be our second S tier Vault Hunter on today's list. Honestly, he is absolutely insane, and honestly, he's my favorite to use 100% of the time. And now, last but not least, in Borderlands 2, we have Salvador. Salvador is the dual-wielding expert, does what Nisha does, but better. And he can use any, and I repeat, any weapon in the game dual wield. You could run double North Fleet, or you could, and most notably, the Unkempt Herald and the Grog Nozzle, which is pretty much you can't even die, and he is the most broken character in the game, period. And honestly, they never fixed him. They never did anything with him, and that's why I love him so much. He is so powerful. He's so much fun. He's a solo carry. He's a machine. He's an absolute machine. So we're just gonna have to put him in S tier. That was coming. And yeah, so that is Borderlands 2. So this is what Borderlands 2's tier list looks like compared to the others, and this is what them with all of it. So yeah, man, it's pretty crazy. Now, last but not least, my favorite Borderlands installment, Borderlands 3. This Borderlands brought some pretty good Vault Hunters and pretty average Vault Hunters, but they're all pretty good. They're all very good, and they could be used in their own separate ways. So moving on to the first one, which is going to be Amara. Amara is probably my least favorite, but she is really cool to use just because of her phase slam, her phase grasp. She's just crazy. She's crazy, honestly. And she does a lot of DPS, a lot of elemental DPS, and her abilities are okay. They're not the best, not the worst, but yeah, she is gonna go into B tier just because of Maya being way better than what she does. I don't know. Maya, even though they both phase grasp, Maya is just, I don't know. You can't really compare to Maya. I honestly found her a lot more OP than Amara ever was. So moving on to the next one is Mose. Mose is, she's okay. She was gonna be my main Vault Hunter when the game first came out, but then my friend took her from me, so then I went to Zane. But Mose with her Iron Bear is actually pretty crazy, and she can do a lot of damage with Iron Bear, or if you activate Iron Bear, jump in and jump out. It's just, she pretty much gets an infinite ammo supply, and yeah, honestly, for that, she's gonna have to go in. I'm gonna have to say B tier. I don't know. This one's A or B. I don't really. With the splash damage as well. She'll go in A. She'll go in A, just because of her splash damage and how much damage that actually ends up doing, and also the pretty much infinite ammo she can get. Moving on to Zane, which is my main. Zane main. Zane was, in my opinion, it's probably the worst, you know, out of all the Vault Hunters in this game. He is very powerful. He can be very powerful the faster he moves, but Zane, I don't really know. He isn't as bad as, you know, Lilith or Brick, because he can't get the barrier which protects him, but he isn't as good as Mose with DPS wise. So I think I'm gonna have to put him on B tier, just because of, you know, I don't know, he doesn't do as much damage as Mose, but he's not as bad as like Lilith or Roland. Now moving on to everybody's favorite Vault Hunter from the game is Flak. Flak is just an absolute monster with his critical hit capabilities and just absolute damaging moves with his fade away. Yeah, you can literally like one shot any boss in the game with him, and on Mayhem 10 as well. And it's just unfair, makes it perfect for making videos, makes it a lot easier to get weapons for videos and stuff like that. So Flak is probably my favorite S tier Vault Hunter I can ever put on this list, honestly. I don't think any other Vault Hunter will ever compete to how powerful Flak is. Flak, in my opinion, is better than Salvador, and he is better than Zero, and he's better than Nisha. Flak is all around my absolute favorite Vault Hunter to use, and to use in Borderlands 3, I should say. He's all around the most powerful. He could do so much with his abilities, and yeah. So this is what Borderlands 3's tier list looks like, and this is them with all of them, and that's it. That's all the Vault Hunters. There weren't too many bad Vault Hunters. In my opinion, Brick is the worst. Brick is so bad. He's not even, he should be down. He should be down more. I don't like Brick. I have a personal hatred for using him in the first game, but as a character, he's pretty cool. So anyways, that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. If you guys, you know, agree with my list, or you guys have modifications, definitely go and, you know, tell me your list down in the comment section below. And yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for today's video, guys. If you guys did enjoy, leave a like, and as it does also help this channel grow, subscribe if you are new. And it's been Insanity, and I'll see you all later.